Hey y'all, welcome back to another random edition of probably a rant. It's gonna be more of like a get to know me as well, because I got a lot to say these days. I think Tony Khan is off his meds again. Let's talk about it. In the meantime, I do need you all to like, follow, and subscribe to Charm City Gabii. You guys know where to find me. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We are still bullying my husband into buying me a new camera. So again, we need to get to 100 subs by the end of the year. Ignore the messiness of my appearance. My hair is pulled up because it's been a week. Unfortunately, I lost my cat of 14 years on Monday afternoon. He wasn't doing well over the weekend. On Monday, he just did not look good. So I thought it was best for quality of life to have him put to sleep. And it's just been a rough week for me. Like, again, I had him for 14 years. He was my friend when I had no friends. It hit hard. So like, yeah, I just needed a few days off, but we're gonna try to push through. So here we are. Tony Khan is off his meds again, y'all. Like, he really had the gall to say that the top black talent is in AEW. And like, that's a hell of a statement, right? Like, just because you have Mercedes and you have Bobby Lashley does not mean that you have the greatest black talent. Also, your black talent, you really didn't push until recently. Like, yes, you now have the new tag team champions and they're black. You had Swerve and Keith Lee. But like, what about Ricky Starks? What about all the other black talent that you're like, I don't want to say abusing, but like you're neglecting in a sense? Like, what about Athena and her run? What about Red Velvet? Like, it's the math isn't mathing. And at this point, like, Tony Khan needs to come to the front of the table, because what are you talking about? Like, I'm just truly confused. And like, that was a comment that didn't need to be said. Like, you could have skirted that question from whoever asked it differently than saying that. At this point, I think he's just truly saying stuff to say stuff and like, knock it off. Because again, so apparently AEW has the New Day now: Bianca, the Street Profits, Mia Yim, Kalani Jordan, Carmelo Hayes, Trick, The Rock, asterisk. If you know, you know. Like, do you really have all of the black talent? Like, I'm confused. Have you not seen Trinity? Like, have you not seen, you had Jade, you definitely had Jade, and you pretty much made her whole title reign a squash. Cool. So the point of this video was honestly to be more of a get to know me as well, but I had to start off with that rant because, girl, what? So I put in my Instagram stories a few days ago, or maybe last week at this point, to ask me questions so that I could film this video. So I got a lot of questions. Some of them are wrestling related, some of them are not. So let's kind of go through them. What are my top 5 movies? So anyone who knows me knows I love sports. Football is great. So I think that there are very few movies that like truly show like how rough and gritty the football business is. And I think one of them is Any Given Sunday. So Any Given Sunday, easily. Number 1. The Princess and the Frog, because, you know, I'm a Disney whore. Like, I admit that. Like, I love Disney for various reasons. Maybe I'll do a video on like my love of Disney and my connections to Disney World and Disneyland. Trading Places, I think, is a great movie. If you have not watched it, please watch it. It's one of Eddie Murphy's and Dan Aykroyd's. They're just the GOATs, simple as that. Paid in Full, another good movie. I mean, it's a hood classic. We're not going to go into too much about that. If you've seen it, you've seen it. And like, my last favorite movie is that every time this movie is on TV, I have to watch it. Life. Again, Eddie Murphy classic. Like, I didn't realize how much I love Eddie Murphy until I was making this list. And I had like started knocking them down to get to my top 5. And like, Eddie Murphy was very present on my list. Who's my favorite wrestler? So it's interesting. Everyone, because of like how I shoot and like my topics, everyone thinks that it's Sasha Banks and Mercedes. And like, obviously she's here. And I have her stuff everywhere. But my favorite wrestler is actually Charlotte Flair. I think the Queen, like, you cannot talk about women's wrestling without mentioning the Queen. I think that she paved her own way. Like, yes, she's Ric Flair's daughter. Like, let's not ignore the, you know, the elephant in the room. But my favorite wrestler of all time is actually Charlotte Flair. Obviously, we have Sasha Banks in there. I'm a good Carmella girl. Love me some Carmella. I actually found this chalk line on eBay. like brand new with tags on. The only thing is it's a large, and like I need a medium, so it's a little big on me, but like oversized look is in, so we're gonna make it work for how much I paid for it. Yeah, so again, Charlotte Flair girl all day long. What else? My hobbies. So fun fact about me is I love baking, like cooking. Not gonna cook for y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not. I can cook. I don't enjoy it. So like, if I don't have to cook, then I definitely don't. But baking, I got you. Something else, is fun fact about me is I love sewing. Like in the pandemic, my mother-in-law, may she rest in peace, helped me get into sewing. I got a sewing machine. I actually can quilt. She helped me with my quilting. During the pandemic, we probably sewed over 500 masks that we donated to Hopkins and various nursing and hospitals in the area. Like I really like sewing, so I kind of need to get back into that. So maybe I can start like kind of making some wrestling pieces. We'll see. My career. So I'm actually an HR girl. My background, education-wise, is in journalism as well as sports administration. So, like, my dream job was actually to be a sports athletic director. Didn't work out. But yeah, I'm an HR girl. I'm not going to go too much into it because I'm an HR girl. And y'all don't need to know that. But yeah, just know that I'm an HR girl and I work remote. My company is based out of DC. So I am in DC, I would say 2, maybe 3 times a quarter. Actually, I have to go back to DC in like 2 weeks for our company retreat. And I was sure to blog that and bring you guys with me for that because DC is a time. DC is a time. My goals for 2024. To grow my socials, obviously. Like I just started taking content, creating kind of, I say seriously, but seriously, I would say in the last few months. I enjoy it, and I'm going to kind of double back and go into a different question as well into this, is what got me into it. Honestly, part of it was postpartum depression. Those who don't know that I have a 3-year-old, Philip. And after I had him, I struggled with postpartum depression. It's real. I also struggled with my identity. I struggled with like balance of being a mom, being a wife, being an employee, all of the things. And I can honestly say that I lost myself in that. And it happens for far more often than you think it does, unfortunately, with women. And part of that was trying to find my happiness again. And my happiness came from wrestling. And finding that balance in wrestling and doing things that made me happy, and like talking about wrestling makes me happy. So I was encouraged to just talk about wrestling and to kind of deep dive into wrestling. Because again, like you need to do things that make you happy. And I believe in like doing things that make you happy that don't make you money. Obviously you want to make money for content creation. Like let's not play that game. But I think a big part of joy and fun is sometimes taking the money out of it, because sometimes when you add the money into the picture, like things get dicey. You have to obligations now you have to do because you've got these paid things coming in and things that you have to do. I don't want to do something because I have to do it. I want to do it because I want to. So as long as this stays fun for me, you'll see me here. Like I'm not going anywhere. Again, so yeah, one of the biggest things for me was doing this. It was a way of outcoming that postpartum depression as well as depression in general. I've had a hell of a year. I've lost my mother-in-law suddenly. I lost my cat. Life has just been lifing lately, and kind of what pulls me back into things is this, just talking on camera and having fun and doing things that I find joy in. So again, like, and if you are a woman out here and you're struggling with postpartum depression and you're struggling with finding your identity after having children, reach out to me, please. We can definitely talk through it. It's one of those things as women we don't talk about. We don't talk about the postpartum. We don't talk about like, everyone's like, oh, you have a baby, life is great. And it's like, is it though? Like, I love my child. Don't get me wrong. Like I love the boys, but it's hard sometimes of finding that balance of I have to log into work. I have to cook dinner. When do I find time for myself? And I find time for myself now. It kind of forces me to find that me time. It forces me to put on some makeup, put on some blush, throw my hair into a bun and record, right? That's effort, that's energy. So yeah, that is kind of why I got into content creating, and it kind of ties into my goals for 2024. Again, guys, follow, like, subscribe. We are still bullying my husband into buying me a better camera, which I'm sure he will. Because he supports me. He loves me. He's cool. And if you want to know more about him, he is at, you can find his YouTube and his podcast. He is the Game Click. He is Charm City Champ. You guys know I'm Charm City Gabii. So yeah, I definitely saw that from him. He's Charm City Champ at all social medias, and his wrestling. It's not wrestling, I'm sorry. His gaming podcast is Game Click. I think it's pretty cool. So both of us kind of just having fun doing things, finding things that are like outside of each other and outside of the family. So yeah. What is my favorite bag? So my favorite bag actually is not up here, which I don't know where it is. You know what? I took my kid to school and I put it on the table. So let me actually go get my favorite bag. Hold on, y'all. We'll be right back.
5 minutes later.
All right, y'all, my bad, I'm back. So that can kind of come in different ways. So like my favorite classic bag is my new Chanel. This is the Chanel Mini Maxi. She's actually my favorite. She actually holds a lot. She's pretty big. You can't really see, but she holds a lot. So she's my new favorite. That being said, I'm actually decided to get rid of one of my bags because like I mentioned in my last video, I have too many bags. So I'm getting rid of my Chanel boy bag. That's gotta go because we gotta make room for more bags. Obviously, I love bags. I love nice things. I work hard. So before y'all count my pockets, just know that I work hard and I don't pay full price for bags. Fashion File is that G. So flop your bags on Fashion File because if you sell your bag on Fashion File, they'll give you more credits for getting a new bag. So like it's kind of a balance. My other favorite bag actually is this one that I don't wear that I need to start wearing more is this Bottega. It's a lollipop. I love her, but she fits like literally nothing. Like this bag holds nothing. This bag will hold, like see how big this small this is? And there goes like half the space in this bag. Like, so she's for the small girly, she's for the date nights, but I do love this bag. And I need to wear her more. So yeah, that is my favorite bag. And then like my fun bag is that I love this one. So this one I got recently. She is fluffy. I love her. Like she's small. She fits nothing as well, but she probably fits more than this one, honestly. But yeah, this is my favorite. This is from a young black designer, Love Courtney. I will tag her. Yeah, so this is actually another one of my fun bags. I just like fun bags too. Like obviously we have like this extremely bright Bottega bag. And then you have like your classics. Like I have a couple Louis that like, it's okay. Like I think Louis is kind of losing a stock with me. So we'll see. Again, I don't pay full price for bags, but I definitely would never pay full price for a canvas bag. Like it's not even leather at Louis, but that's here nor there. Am I going to WrestleMania? Yes. Yes, I am going to WrestleMania. We secured our tickets. We secured our Airbnb. Yes, I plan on being in Vegas from, I think Wednesday to like Monday. So if you're in town in Vegas, definitely slide in my DMs. Let's hang out. Let's hook up. Like for sure. I'm definitely going. What else? Yeah, some of these other questions I've answered in previous videos or I've kind of answered kind of ranting in this video. So yeah, that is my get to know me video. I realized that I had not shot one and I just kind of popped up on YouTube one day. And here we are. Like I just want you guys to kind of know a little bit more about me and like why I'm here. And I think it's important again for women to feel important in this space. We always get mansplained. I mean, I say I'm a wrestling fan of someone, like they're always asking me these random questions and it's like, do you even know the answer to the question you're asking me? Like, get the fuck out of here. Oops, get the heck out of here. So yeah, that is getting to know me, Charm City Gabii. As usual, like, follow, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to follow my page. And I will see you all in the next video very soon. Have a good day, y'all.